There he streams again, there he streams again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Monday hangout called Underdog Theology, the show. It's not a show anymore. It's a hangout time. Basically, we're just, just talking about some logos, some theology. Basically my favorite thing. Someone even threw in like a basketball thing into the chat. Today's going to be great. So, welcome. We are going to we're going to take a look at a logo and a rebrand, and it actually does matter. It does matter. There is actually some crucial information in here and some things left out. I think on purpose. Pretty sure it was on purpose. Scott, I know you're watching. I'm pretty sure you did it on purpose. These guys, first off, as we talk about G3, want to welcome all of the G3 clubbers. By that, I mean the employees of G3 who constantly watch all my streams. Still very active online. And so don't get too mad at me. But I'm going to say some stuff. All right, let's say hi to some people first. Who's someone's watching me from the woods, which sounds way scarier than I mean it. Like, there's no woods outside for us. It's just the prairies. There's like 4 trees in like the whole province. But someone's watching me from the woods. Someone's out there. Who was it? I think, was it Mrs. Creel? No, it was Britt. Britt is just like watching from the woods. She's having a good time out there. Where did the comment go? Every time. All right. Hopping in the chat from camping out at our local lake. That sounds glorious. Why are you ruining it with having my face on your phone? All right. I'm getting too animated. Broken for this says, I love the question asked and answered. No, it cannot save G3. Yeah, so I guess the stream's over because I already answered it in the title. Sometimes I default into YouTube mode and I'm like, I have to be provocative and I have to say it in a question because a question is provocative. It's not really. It's just, a lot of sensational stuff out there. So the best way to not be super sensational is just to say, hey, what's going on? And so I usually do that. And then I was like, but it's a dumb question. Like everyone knows. It can't. Guys, I'm sorry. G3 guys, I'm sorry. A rebrand isn't going to change anything. I know that they think that that's probably obvious, but I think that there's whenever. All right, let's start actually just getting into it. Hi to everyone who's in the chat. I'm just going to start talking about this stuff because I don't know. I don't know how else to really intro this other than just going through what they actually said. So let's take a look at what they're saying here. You can't say that. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay. I thought there was going to be 3 pictures of me, but that's just because I'm doing everything on my Mac because the TV's back there now. I was having it here and it was I could see everything. And now it's back there because it looks cool. And it's really messing me up. But let me get all of my overlays out of the way. And then I can read this. All right, so G3 Ministries exists to glorify God by educating, encouraging, and equipping local churches with sound biblical theology, or at least that's why it was started. I don't know if that's why it exists now. In the months and years ahead, we remain joyfully committed to helping churches recover the rich, enduring truths of Scripture, truths that nourish the people of God and strengthen the witness of the church. As we look to the future, our desire is to deepen this mission. We aim to be a trusted source of theological resources that are clear, Bible-centered, and anchored in the local church. Through the continued work of... And this is what I want you to pay attention to because, we're going to talk about the logo and all that stuff is kind of silly and we're going to have fun with it. But listen to their words, okay? Listen to what they're saying. Through the continued work of G3 Press, We will continue publishing books that exalt Christ, recover historical Christian doctrine, and address contemporary challenges with biblical wisdom. We're also expanding our efforts to develop a curricula and teaching tools that serve the church, resources that help pastors, parents, and congregations grow together in the knowledge of God. So, what are they doing? They are pivoting, and they are pivoting hard. They don't want to say that, but that's what they're doing. Like, this is them going, all right, we're going to go through G3 Press, but we're going to focus really on families. Like, yes, serving the local church, but it looks like they are trying to transition from talking to pastors, and they want to talk to families. You know, pastors have families, so I guess that's somewhat of an overlap. There's a Venn diagram there. But it's mostly they want to focus on families. What does this sound like? Answers in Genesis. This sounds just like Answers in Genesis. This is going to be some curriculum that they're going to send out to churches. They're going to want to have Sunday school curriculum. I am sure that Scott Aniol, the way he's been doing things lately, he has really been focusing on integrated worship, like family integrated worship. Remember that when that was like super popular for a hot second in like 2014, 2015 or something like that. And I guess the pandemic made a resurgence, but like they're gonna focus on that. That's what Scott Aniol has been tweeting about. That's what he's been focused on. That's the kind of stuff that he's been invited to go and talk at. So it seems like they're going to really be leaning into that and trying to develop a curriculum. G3 Press, obviously, there's a huge market there. All right, let me be really clear. They're wanting to serve the church, but honestly, this really just sounds like trying to pivot a company, and the company is now focused on a bigger piece of the pie. Like before, G3 was very focused on like, hey, we're going to give Reformed teachings to like in kind of like vanilla Reformed. We're going to give those to pastors in churches. We want to strengthen pastors, and we're going to have conferences mostly for pastors. And now it's let's get to the bigger group, the people, like the families. Let's get everything going focused on them. And someone already said it. It does sound like Canon Press. And I think you're going to see more and more of that over the years, because now we found out that Josh was the one who was holding Doug Wilson back. So now it seems it's going to be there. Let's keep on going. Our digital resources through G3 Plus will grow to include an even wider array of teaching videos, courses, podcasts, and audiobooks, content that churches and families can rely on for biblical clarity in a noisy world. And through our expository preaching and biblical worship workshops, so they're going to continue doing those, around the country, we will continue to train pastors and church leaders in faithful proclamation and relevant Bible-driven worship. So they're not leaving out the pastors. They're still going to have workshops for them, but all of the merchandise is focused on families. And, even that, like that biblical clarity in a noisy world, I guarantee you that's going to be like one of the phrases that they use often through all this kind of stuff. It's just one of those things you can, anyone who's interested in marketing can like read these things and be like, okay. And that's one of the things they want to like steel spines, like with founders. It's like, okay, no one talks like that. But that's just something you want to put on merchandise or a little byline and things. So is this bad? No, it's not bad. But it is a pivot, and there's no they've already made the apologies, I guess, but mostly it was like we were betrayed. But they should have been looking out for things. They should have been, checking in on Josh and seeing where he was at, checking some things, maybe even publicly. And they didn't do that. And there's nothing about that. But they're just going to focus on these things. G3 Press, G3 Plus. What's missing? The conferences. The whole thing that started this. The thing that actually I think most people would say is the thing that they care about. To me, this means that the conferences are gone. Because like I said, when all this was going on, at the very beginning, there is no event insurance for my pastor was a troll online. Like, they probably lost thousands of dollars with getting this bigger venue that they were so proud about and boasted about online of like, look what God has done. He has grown this conference. Now we have outgrown this space and that space, and we have to get an even bigger space. Well, that's a lot of money, and I'm sure that G3 is hurting just like all across the board, because givers, they take their money and they go to other ministries, right? When something like this happens. So that's happening, but also the fact that they lost so much money on this venue. They already paid people. I'm sure they already even had money sunk into like speakers who would be traveling from all over the country. I don't think the world, right? Like, it's North America, so somewhere around the country, probably. So there's money tied up in all that kind of stuff, and so they're just not going to be doing that anymore, which makes sense financially. Now, I think that I want to give them a little bit of credit. All right. I know these guys, they love getting credit. So I'll give them just a little bit in saying, like, there is something to, hey, like this conference, we just were on the hook for, what did they have? Like a $900 ticket or something like that. Like, there's like some crazy amount of a ticket to go and like talk to people and like shake their hand and get a photo op like that. That's like Comic-Con stuff. But they were doing that just like a month and a half ago or whatever, before all the Josh Buice stuff, which seems like so long ago, but it wasn't all that long ago. But they were doing that, but now they're against celebrity culture stuff, which is good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's good to be against celebrity culture stuff, but this is like, I'm watching this show on Apple. All right. This show on Apple called Stick, because I'm addicted to Owen Wilson. I don't know. Something about his nose. It's captivating. It's just like, I get drawn in by that bent hole schnozzle. Like, what's going on with that thing? Like, I've been watching this Stick show, and it's about like this golfer kid who's a sensation. He's the next Tiger Woods kind of deal, but he's kind of a jerker, at least at this point. And so he is hanging out with this girl, and he likes this girl. And this girl is a vegan. And Owen Wilson or Mark Maron or one of the guys is cooking a steak. And he's like looking at this thing. This kid is looking at the thing and being like, oh, that looks so good. And the girl says, well, I'm vegan. He's like, actually, she's making a lot of great points. Actually, I might be vegan. I might be vegan. And it's like all of a sudden, like this like deeply held belief. That's kind of what I get out of this, of just like right here. We're not interested in celebrity-driven ministry. Well, you were 5 minutes ago. So, or at least that's the way it looked. And what you defended. So, like, even when that $1,000 ticket or whatever it was out there, maybe that's too much. I don't remember. Was it like 700? I don't know. It was a crazy amount. And like all these guys were defending that thing. Now, they've had a month to digest things, and now they want to be like the face of not being celebrity driven, as if this was like a deeply held belief, but it's not. Like, it's a deeply held belief for me. Like, this is Underdog Theology. We've been doing this show for a couple of years now about how there really shouldn't be the celebrity culture within evangelicalism. Like, we should know more names. That's fine to know names, but to be like driven by, the John Pipers, the John MacArthurs, the fill in the blanks of your favorite guy, the David Platts. Like, that's not cool. That's not really in line with what Jesus talks about. It's not really in line with how the local church is supposed to operate. They're supposed to be humble servants. Why are they making, hundreds of thousands of dollars? Again, I don't care what anybody says. Why the heck is Tom Askell getting $90,000 from this ministry that he's, just a president of and does a podcast for? Like what's going on there? That's an odd thing. Like, he already gets paid from a church. So it's just a little strange to me. It's a good thing to be about, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if these are the guys to be like, we're the proponents of it. We don't want celebrity-driven ministry. Well, you did 2 months ago until your head guy had a falling out. So I think you guys need to answer for that and stop acting like this. A little bit of self-righteousness here. Just like, oh, we're going to be the one that's about that. So their new goal, as of 5 minutes ago, is to amplify faithful pastors, men who labor week after week in quiet places, opening the word, shepherding the flock, and holding fast to sound doctrine. That sounds great to me. We believe there are voices the church needs most, or these are the voices that the church needs most, and we are working to form a growing collective of trustworthy teachers whose ministries reflect biblical conviction and pastoral integrity. I really hope that that comes with some kind of guidelines, maybe even make it public because it didn't work out last time, of what you guys are trying to do for accountability. So this kind of stuff doesn't happen again. That's something for you guys to think about. Mull it over in your offices or in your chat threads where you talk about this show. All right. We also believe in partnership over platform. In a ministry culture often marked by competition and comparison, we are committed to cooperation with other like-minded ministries. This to me is huge. This is the one that makes me go, okay, where are we going with this? Who are you going to be partnering with? Because I'm up for partnership with different ministries. That's good. You should not be a fundamentalist where you're drawing lines of separation over everything. But given that Virgil Walker has, been pretty cozy with the Canon Press guys, and again, for me, looking at Federal Vision, I believe it's heresy. The biggest proponent of Federal Vision, regardless of whether he likes the term or not, the truths, or at least the claims, I should say, of Federal Vision he is a proponent of is Doug Wilson. So are they going to be partnering with Doug Wilson? At least in a ministry sense, because they're already paying him through the G3 Plus app. We've talked about that over and over again. But that to me is concerning. I don't know if, because Josh was the one who was saying we aren't going to partner with those guys. And it's looked at as this competition thing, which given the fact that he was boasting about numbers and all this kind of stuff, it's very clear that it was a competition thing for him. But there are good reasons to not fellowship with some of those guys too. And I'm kind of interested to know whether they're going to actually open those doors again and be partnering up with Canon Press and, some of those other Christian nationalist kind of guys. These guys were the ones who were doing stuff in the same world with Joel Webbin and all those kinds of guys. They weren't that far away. So I don't know about this. We gladly lock arms with brothers who share our burden for biblical truth and our love for the church. We're not building an empire. We are serving a kingdom, and that kingdom does not belong to us. Those are great words. We'll see whether they follow up with that. And so, because they're doing this new vision that they had to in order to survive, they came out with their new logo. So this is where we go from serious stuff to just silly, because it is silly. All right. I've been around enough churches that have had significant issues, watched them from not super far away, been pretty close to a couple where they have had some kind of publicity nightmare. And they tend to do this. This is emergency marketing where you are dead in the water, right? Your brand is dead. There's something that's going on in the community, or at least the clientele. All right. The people that you're trying to get to come to you and buy your product, or, in the church context, serve these people. you're just trying to find a way to get past some kind of narrative. And that's what this is. This is emergency marketing, where you have a total rebrand, you do a new logo. Oftentimes this is a church name change. Like you guys have seen it, right? You guys have seen it where like maybe there was like a church split and it went really badly. And then like 6 months later, they're talking about, here's this new logo. We rebranded the kids ministry. Like the reason why they're doing that is because they want to save face to the community. The reason why they're doing this is because they want to save face for the evangelical world. And so they want to say that they're starting fresh. But there's no differences at the company other than Josh being out. So I don't know. I don't know how seriously to take, this other than that it is just emergency marketing. So now to the silly stuff. The logo looks good. I'll say that. Like, let me start there. The logo is good. Let's remember, the original logo, I think, is one of the worst logos I've ever seen. Like, not just in, like, church world. I'll say this. I'm going to have some fun with this stuff because I love it. Church logos are the worst, all right? Like, anyone who is in graphic design, first off, I'm not saying, I tried. Basically, I was at the same level as this dude who's sending out stuff. Like, he's starting out. I've seen his stuff on Twitter. He's trying to get his name out there, trying to do stuff, trying to build a company. Cool. We'll take a look at some of the stuff. It's pretty good. But like anyone who has been higher up in the graphic design world, I want you to know, I'm not saying like I'm on that level. Okay. But I've tried. I've tried and I've noticed things and I have fun with things. It's a hobby. All right. But this kind of like church stuff with logos, it is so difficult to get a church to agree to anything, to like just be on the same page and not just want a Bible, a cross, a steeple, it's like, okay, or a river or a dove. Like it's like they have like 10 items that their logo could be. And it's just always, or an anchor or a lighthouse. There's like maybe 10 to 20 like clip art things that are like in the graphic design church world. Like these are our staples, like these are the things that we always use. So this fits the bill because you got a steeple and you got a Bible. So, but just so that we know, I'm having a little bit of fun. All right. No one get mad at me. But this is a Bible. That is a cross. Do you guys know that? I'm sorry. I know that this is like trying to you gotta really be very clear for the church world, but this is the kind of stuff that just makes me giggle. I'm just like, in the church world, we talk about things so weird and we can't just like let things just be like, hey, do you like this? It's like, do you get it? This is a church. So like there is some interesting aspects to like what he has here for this graphic. The church's silhouette symbolizes G3's mission to strengthen and equip local churches. Its placement at the center of the open Bible reflects that the church is founded upon and sustained by the authority of Scripture. Okay. Also the fact that you basically want to center your logo in a box. All right, I'm having too much fun, maybe. I might get a little mean. We're going to rank logos, by the way. We got a tier list. We're going to be ranking church, podcast, ministry logos because that sounds really fun to me. When I saw this, I was like, I'm going to have a good time with this. I will say I like this. To really because this one thing you could easily just be like, this box is a Bible. But I do like this. I would have liked it if they had worked out a better font and put up wouldn't that be cool connected to the eye? Like as the dot for the eye somehow. It wouldn't work here. But it could have been really cool. But it's good, and it's definitely a whole lot better than what it was, like 1,000 times better. And also, just so you know, this is a font. Fonts. The font is clean and timeless. Okay. So we'll see in time whether this is timeless, but this is Barzin. Let's look at his website, because that's fun. This is the kind of stuff that I have a good time with, okay? Just journey with me on this little adventure. I'm forgetting his first name. He is from the IFB world, like hardcore IFB, King James only world. He wrote a book about King James only stuff, I think. Talks a lot about Bible translation stuff, and he's starting this business of logos. This is good. Like, he's making good stuff. I will say that. Again, in the church world, it is so limited to, like, here are the parameters, and it has to look like this. So, like, a lot of it is plain, but that's not his fault. That's probably just, like, churches being like, I need it to look like this. And this is the one that I'm like, okay, I can know this guy has some style, because this one here, like this Grace Church one, that's clean. I like it a lot. This one, he's got Dumbledore's got style, but but some of these other ones is like that looks exactly like 1,000 other logos. But again, like the compass. You can't see it on this one because, again, I had to limit everything to this one monitor, and everything got weird. And microphones, I guess, for podcasts. You guys got to stop it. All right, let me be clear. If you have a podcast, all right, anybody out there, and you have a microphone for your logo, just stop. Maybe even stop the podcast. Like, stop the podcast until you fix your logo. Like, it should not be a microphone. We all know that a microphone is needed. We don't need to see it. What are you about? Unless you're a podcast about microphones. If that's what you are, then I apologize. I repent in sackcloth and ashes. But I really like the style. This, like, you can't see it. This one right here, I like that idea. The idea of just like using the state lines, a little thicker lines. I'm always up for thicker lines. Okay. But the G3 logo, it looks good. It's a good logo. I don't know if the ministry is any good. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future with what they're trying to do. But, I think that this is a good, picture to put up. It definitely looks better than that Google ripoff that they had. And I will take some credit. Okay. Y'all know I've talked about that G3 logo for years, and now knowing that these guys watch my stuff, like, often, it's just like 100% they had conversations about what I was saying about their logo. So for me, that's hilarious. But let's see what some of you guys are saying. Whether you're like, what is Dean doing today? Just talking about logos? Why are we here? There's 64 of you. Again, we're going to rank logos. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. Philip says, hi, I'm on leave, so I actually get to be here for a live. That's awesome. I hope that you get a lot of rest. I don't know what leave is for you, but it sounds like you're supposed to get some rest, so I hope that you get some. Wouldn't it be great if Dean is secretly an employee of G3 and this whole thing has been a psyop the entire time? I'll never say. You guys know I'm not clever enough for something like that. If you've seen New Girl, I'm doing a lot of movies and TV references today. But if you've seen New Girl, I am Nick in 1,000 different ways. But one of them is, like, I will start sweating if I'm lying. So I'm the worst liar in the world. So nope, not clever enough, not able to stay dry enough. That was weird. Did G3 get a foul for traveling or holding? I don't know much about basketball. Sorry. Technical foul. Been a while since I've caught a live stream. What's up, Caleb? Hope you're doing well. John is here, and he made a terrible decision. Terrible decision, John. This is your first one. The first time watching live. Why is he talking about logos? He keeps talking about logos. I don't know why. It's about theology, but he keeps on talking about logos and talking to himself. It's a little weird. Donna says, watching from the woods sounds like a scary movie, right? What's up? Did you hear that? He keeps talking to himself. Popping in to hit like. We'll watch later. What's up, Kira? Hope you're doing well. Like Canon Press, 100%. G3 Press, literally. Who is this catering to that Reformation Heritage Books, Banner of Truth, Crossway, B&H, etc. isn't already serving? The fundamentalists. One little other serious thing before we start. I've been goofing off this entire time. But one more serious thing. I did notice that I talked about how Kevin Bowder, the former president, now has some title, I don't know, at Central Seminary down there in Minneapolis, St. Paul, a very fundamentalist school in the GARBC world, how he was writing for G3 quite a bit. And I was like, oh, you say you're not a fundamentalist, and then you're like having one of like the main fundamentalist guys write a bunch. And then I talked about it, and apparently Josh watches every single episode, because then he just wasn't writing there for a while. Like, they announced like this partnership that he was going to continue to write there. And then I talk about it, he goes away, Josh is out, Bowder's back. That mixed with like the direction that I see Scott Aniol taking it, it will be a more fundamentalist ministry, in that like it's really going to go at the IFB world. This is kind of steering away from like that border of like TGC kind of world where they would be the liberals, like they so woke and all that stuff. Now it's going like way further right, but not in like the Christian nationalist camp. I don't think. I'm hoping not. More in that just IFB world. And there are some kind of reformed-ish guys in there. I was for a little while. So I think that might be happening. And a lot of times that has like curriculum and stuff attached to it. There's a lot of churches that don't want to pay their money to like even something like Desiring God, which also has curriculum. Like, so they're probably aimed there, I would imagine. So I think that's probably who they're going to try to get, because these other companies that you're talking about, they're too liberal for those people. So they want something more conservative. And I think that's what G3 is probably going to try. Pivot, right? Isn't there already an organization that focuses on the family? I'll see myself out. Don't see yourself out. See yourself right back here. That thing where G3 tickets were almost $1,000 if you wanted to talk to the speakers afterwards was real messed up. Yep. But now they know. They're bad, but now it's all good now. So they're preying on the fears and anxieties of families that will pay almost anything to save their children from woke culture. Yeah. I think that's part of it. And again, I do think that there's like, I don't want to assume like the worst of their motives, other than trying to exist as a company. I do think that's a motive. You want a job, right? Everyone wants a job. So I think that's probably there. But also, like, I think that they probably do think that this could help. Now, will it? Probably not. Like, or at least not any more than what's out there for like answers. Like, what's the difference between this and Answers in Genesis? Like, I guess music. I have a theory that is probably going to lean heavy into the music and worship area, which is definitely not Answers in Genesis. So maybe there's that. But I wonder if that rebrand is also because founders and CBL seem to have successfully carved out a niche as the faithful remnant for ministerial training. Maybe. Again, I would be surprised if in the next 5 years, G3 doesn't come under the umbrella of founders somehow. I'd be surprised. It seems like that's kind of inevitable. You're going to see that kind of stuff if they're wanting to grow, right? If they're wanting to grow and move things forward, you got to do partnerships. And sometimes that means, meshing companies and, dissolving some. And, what is the word? Assimilation. No, sometimes that will happen. But I would be surprised if it doesn't. I think from a marketing perspective, yes, I'm flabbergasted at the number of people I personally know who have linked arms. Yeah. What's up, David? Hope you're doing well, man. I think it is extremely difficult to run a business and remember that you're a ministry. I don't know if these things are ministries. To me, I've said this before, I think ministries are things that a local church does. I understand that everybody wants to call themselves a ministry, but it is a business. You're making money. You might not have that as the main goal and the decision maker for everything you do as a company. And I know that you guys all have 501c3s, but anybody can get a 501c3 these days. So that doesn't mean anything to me. And a lot of them do seem focused on growth. Growth is the thing, not serving this specific people, this specific group. It's growing the base further and further, growing their reach online, all that kind of stuff. To me, that's business. So you can call it a ministry all day long. I'm not going to believe you. Maybe Alanis Morissette could add a new verse to her ironic song, right? What's up, Garrett? Hope you're doing well. You're on the back end. You're trying to catch up. They're only interested in partnership over platform when they want to participate. Otherwise, they will take their ball and go home. Yeah, seems like it. Dean, I think I asked you this once before, and I apologize if you already answered and I didn't see, but could you explain exactly what you think federal vision is heretical? Thanks. It would be too long for a video like this. I have specific videos on my channel. Search Federal Vision, Underdog Theology. YouTube should bring it to you. But there are 2 videos that I specifically did about it. And I talked for 20 minutes about it. So hopefully that will help you. Steven knows his stuff. As a graphic designer, I can say logo work is the toughest, time-consuming, and with Christian church material, like you say, the visual repertoire is limited. That can be used 100%. If you can't be clever, keep it simple. Yeah. I think that's a really good rule of thumb just with anything. But yeah, and I get it. You have to know that it's a church, right? There are some logos that we should probably just start talking about, right? Let's start talking about it. I think we need to. Let's start looking at some of these logos and kind of, have a little bit of fun with it. And let's see, is it this one? It is this one. Okay, so we got our little tier list here. We got S tier, which is the very tippy top. We're saying it's the best. It's the best that it possibly could be. Good, okay, not good, and bad. G3's Google ripoff logo is bad. Oh, man. Every time I see this logo, it's just it is the papyrus version of Google. And honestly, G3, it's a miracle that it became anything because G3 is so generic that it's what is that? It sounds like a tech company. It sounds like somebody, I don't know, that does aluminum work or something. G3 doesn't say anything. I know that they have, it's about gospel, it's about glory, it's about, all that stuff. But that's just pastors trying to do marketing. G3 is a bad name. But somehow, the Lord let it grow. Now this is the new logo and you can't see it, because it's all black for some reason, the way I have it on here. The new logo, I'm going to put in good. You can't really see it. It's hiding, but I think it's good. It's a good, simple, clean logo. CT, it's not good. The font is okay. And when the font is written out in Christianity Today and it's all caps, like the new one that they did, it looks good, especially with the style of the new, they're just really trying to make art on their magazines, and it looks great when it's that. But I hate logos that are just like, oh, it's the words, but it's just like the letters from it. It's the acronym. I just don't like it. Same for sermon audio. Sermon audio, which, again, probably not that much of a big deal now, but for a while was making bank off the church. All these pastors that were like, we just have to have it. We need to have it as a line item. Deacons, can you add that in? How much is it? $500 every 6 months? Okay. Whew. Well, we need it. Our people need to hear my voice. Sermon audio is the biggest ripoff in the Christian world. You just don't need it. No church needs it. You could host MP3s on your website. People have been doing that since 2002. So I don't know why this became such a big deal. And people were like putting it. I remember back in the day getting a business card with someone's link for sermon audio on it. Like his personal, like these are all my sermons, and it's on his business card. It was weird. It's still weird all these years later. And I don't know if it's a big deal now, but for a while it definitely was. That's right. Aaron is a recovering graphic designer. He's trying to let go of it, but I wonder what the ribbon stands for. Oh, that was about this logo, this one here. And it's a Bible. It makes it a Bible, guys. I don't know if you knew that, but it's a Bible. Let's look at Holy Post, S tier. S tier logo. Now, some of you guys are like, oh, he's so woke, so of course he would say it. I love this logo. You know why? Because it is exactly what you're getting. Like, it's about the internet. It's like the mouse and it's stained glass. Like, it's perfect for what they're trying to tell you. They're trying to give you a church perspective on what's happening in culture and what people are watching and viewing and listening to online. And that, to me, like, if you can communicate what you're about with an image in a logo, that, like, you hit the sweet spot. Like, that's a home run. And it also looks good. Again, I wish the lines were a little thicker. Anyone who cares about graphic design knows who Aaron Draplin is. Draplin. I love that guy. All right, let's go with which one is this? This is the conference, right? Like, this is Shepherd's Conference, and they have a couple logos that look very similar. So this one's good. I'll put it behind here. It's good. You got like the Shepherd's crook, and it works. Now I will say, if you're not in that world, it's a weird shape. Like, I remember very early on when I saw this, I was probably around like 12 or 13 and looking at it and being like, I don't get it. It's an S. And like, why does it go down like this? And then I realized, oh, it's a rod. So, but I like it. It's got thick lines, so that's good. It communicates what they're trying to do, right? Like, they're trying to serve pastors. They're trying to, like, these are the people that they're looking for, shepherds. So I like it. Ligonier, they haven't really done anything different. This is one that's kind of perplexing a little bit, that they haven't changed it up in this world that we're going away from, like 3D images and stuff like that. Like, I know that there's just a gradient on the back here. But it looks like a leaf, right? But apparently it's supposed to be a tree. I remember reading a long time ago about this, that it was like, supposed to be like Psalm 1, the tree beside still waters. That's not what I get from this. I get it's some kind of an olive branch, even though, like, you could see, like, okay, there's something growing here. So I don't think it really communicates all that much. It's a little distinctive, so I guess I'll put it in okay. Sermon audio, how do you get there? You're supposed to be in not good, because you're not. Fortis is probably the worst version of Ligonier in a bunch of different ways. So, like this, it's a tree, I guess. I don't I don't understand it, to be honest. Like, because if you're going with Fortis, and I don't know if you knew this, guys, but Fortis comes from the Latin meaning fort. So, remember that video? You should have had like some kind of a castle, something strong, like this. Like you're going with a tree. I'm expecting that it's a strong tree. Okay, well, I'm not getting that from this image. It looks like kind of like the burning bush a little bit. A little too minimalist to really communicate all that much. Like, is it a hand even? Like, I could see some people getting really confused. Yeah, right? I thought it was a leaf. I did too. But I just like, and maybe it is. All right. Like, I'm talking about something I read like probably like 10 years ago. I remember seeing something about how, or maybe I was listening to it, and I remember specifically Psalm 1 and talking about that tree beside still water. And I think that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, right? Like, is it a withered hand? It's like just an odd, like, I get it. They're trying to go for that minimalist look. And usually I dig that in a logo. But this one, and I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like, it doesn't look like anything. I'm not sure. Like, I get, like, from the color, I get that it's a tree. But if you take away the color, I'd be like, I think it might be a dead bush. Like, that's what I think. Credo. Credo has a great one. Not just okay. I'm going to put it in good. I just really like this. They have, and part of it is I'm going off of how they use it. Okay. Credo, they're doing this thing where they're trying to do what a lot of people are doing. Christianity Today is doing this. Even like the New Christendom guys are doing this, where they're trying to take like old iconography, church iconography, and visuals from like the 15th century and stuff like that, and add that with like this really classic look for their fonts. But then what Credo does that goes above and beyond that is having like this almost sports brand on it. All right, like the lettering is kind of like sports related, and it's just like this big old fat ribbon. And just like, we're Credo! And there's something about that I just really love. And also they're doing good stuff, so that kind of helps. But I really like that one. SBC is okay. Bland logo. You know, you got the Bible and you got a cross, and we put it in a circle. Cool, I guess. Whatever. Doctrine and devotion. You guys remember that? Remember that show, Doctrine and Devotion? This is great. This makes me really nostalgic. Again, Doctrine and Devotion was my favorite podcast, Joe, and you stole it from me. Okay. All right. It was a gift that he gave to us for a limited time. I really love this. This, I think, was Peter Voth the one who did this for them? I'm pretty confident that Peter Voth actually did the art for them. Peter Voth has an influence in the graphic design. Man, does he have an influence. It's kind of crazy. Peter Voth did a lot of stuff with Crossway, and then everyone and their mom copied him. Like, everybody. Like, there were people who were doing it outside the Christian world, but he really focused on this, like these lines and everything, and adding a lot of detail. It's like completely opposite from what a lot of people were doing at the time, but like making a lot of things into badges and minimalist faces, but adding lines in. It's beautiful stuff. Peter Voth doing awesome work. He did like the cover for the Prayer Bible. Just cool stuff. I'm pretty confident that he did it for Joe as a favor. And Gareth has it. What is this? Oklahoma City Mule Rider? Why'd you have to ruin it? You know what, Dean? Because of that, Oklahoma City is winning it in 7. No!
I've had it with this dump. Got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. Get out!
I don't want it. All right, Indiana, please. Oh, why did they lose game 4? Why did they lose game 4? It would have been so much fun for the conversation to be like, OKC is choking. OKC is choking right now. But now it's just like, oh, it's a series now. I wish it was different. But Garrett, who I was trying to click on, says, here comes Boba Fett. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All right. PCA. What were you even doing? What? Who doesn't see not Boba Fett? All right. You're wrong, Garrett. It's Jango. Look at the colors. That is clearly Jango Fett. This is just bad. Like, from a cultural standpoint, like, does it work together? Yes. Although I've always wondered this. When you have spaces like this, like on the sides here, and you have, like, shouldn't there be more spacing here just to make it more visually appealing? I think that there should be spacing here between the circles and the cross. Not to be too nitpicky about it, but I've always thought that, like, because you got so much space over here, like it just okay. I just don't like it as a visual thing, but also I can't get past that it looks like Jango Fett, and the whole internet knows that. And I would assume that whoever made this logo has gone to the internet before. And they had to know, like, I'm making Jango Fett. Like, was it a dare? Was it like, hey, I bet you can get this logo passed, and these guys for a PCA, they're going to have no clue who it is. Like, it seems like that. It's not good. It's better than these guys, though. I'll put it at the top there. Ninjas or butterflies? I like the podcast. I don't listen to it very often anymore because I went like super conspiracy stuff, which isn't really my jam, but I like these guys. And the Sunday cool like skits and stuff, super fun. I still enjoy those. Are they dumb? 100%. But I giggle. So like, I like giggling. So, but it's like a huge tattoo. And like, I mean, like, honestly, you like, even if you could see it on the screen, which apparently I had it too far down. But it's too detailed for a logo. So it's not great. Foolproof theology. All right. Let me put it in okay for a second. This is not to say I like the podcast. Okay. But this is that Davis guy who wants to all of a sudden be an SBC leader, after he was like trying to do like the New Christendom stuff. And like, first he tried Acts 29 and then they left Acts 29. And then he tried to do like the Canon Press stuff, and that didn't really work out. And now he's trying to do SBC stuff. So, you know, definitely not in there just to make a name for himself. But he has this podcast. They've left comments on this channel before. They're not a fan, I don't think. It's a cool looking logo. I will say that. For a long time, like the set didn't look good, but the logo itself looked good. I will say my one nitpick: why are these lines thicker than these lines? What's up with that? If these lines were as thick, like on the ribbon, as the bottle, I would say this is great. It's a really good logo. I even like the negative space here for foolproof, like, and just, it's a good combo of colors, which it shouldn't, like, these are hard colors to match up together, by the way, because you just like, it's all like very similar. It could have gone wrong, very wrong. But for some reason here, it just looks very right. So I like this logo. I just wish these lines on the ribbon were a little bit thicker. Also, get rid of the stars. They're too small. Maybe even, like, I think they're stars, right? They're too small to even tell whether they're stars or not. Maybe circles. Make it circles, and it would work a little bit cleaner. Theology in the raw. Bad. All right, press and sprinkle. My guy. You're not my guy. I don't know you. I'm not a huge fan of the podcast. But come on. This microphone looks like it's spitting. Like, guys, if you don't do graphic design, please send your logo concepts to someone who does. All right? Someone who has an interest in it, at least. Because I know you think that this is volume. Like that it's supposed to be, it's a loudspeaker. Like we're talking loud about these things. I get wet. Like that's the vibe that I get from that. There's just liquid coming from the microphone, and I just don't like it. Also, just we don't need theology in the raw, and it's a microphone. Like it's Bible thinker, Mike Winger. That's okay. I'll put it. I'll put it there. I don't have to like what people put out to be like, this is a decent image. It's hard. It's hard when you're just trying to make something very basic. And, got the silhouette of himself. It's fine. Nothing to make fun of. Blurry creatures. Good. Oh man, I like this thing a lot. I love logos that have like the text in the circle, and it's just, I don't even like their stuff. I go and I check out their channel to look at the background because the background is so cool. It's like this 90s like basement. Like I dig it so much. 80s, 90s kind of thing. And then this logo is so good. And they're like, whoever does their visuals, spot on, man. So I just dig it. But their actual content, they're like, everyone is a Nephilim. That submarine was filled with Nephilim. It's a Nephilim submarine. She's like, oh, okay. I don't know if I need that. Aaron is disagreeing. He says SBC's logo is actually really strong considering the limitations any kind of brand update will have with that world. That's fair. That's fair. How many revisions? How many revisions do they have? Oh, man, I could only imagine. Did the logo have to get passed by the... No, it didn't. It would be very hard. Looks like the Stanley Cup from afar. I'm assuming that's like the foolproof one. Maybe. I mean, they could both carry liquids, I guess. Like that microphone. I thought the stars were dots. Like I'm pretty confident that they're stars, but they should be dots. Because you can't tell if you're debating about it. It should be dots. Center for Baptist Leadership isn't bad, but it's pretty generic. We'll get to it. Don't jump ahead. Don't outpace me! Sorry. Yeah, I agree, Mule. It looks like a stock photo they picked. It's probably because it is. Theology in the raw. With the money they have backing them, I'd assume they could pull something off better. You would like to think so, wouldn't you? Well, who has the most money in this whole thing is probably Logos, because now they're going to like, you got to pay him every 5 seconds. All right, I'm putting it here just for a second so I could talk about it. We have some things, like a lot of these are new. Like these are new things that were started. Some of them are older, but most of them are new. Logos has probably been around at least as long, if not longer, than most of these things. And they started with a bad logo. So they've had to update it. And it's a company. And they want to be recognized as a company. It's different with churches, like because you're an actual place, you're not like selling merchandise, or at least you shouldn't be. So, it's a different world. So Logos had to work with what they had, and what they had was the magnifying glass with a cross. And I think they've gone as far as they could in making it look okay. I don't like it. It looks like it's, again, clip art. It's, like maybe even just like an emoji. I wish I could add some style to it, and thicker lines. But it is what it is. I know that they were kind of like dug into a hole right from the very beginning. So, who's still with me for this? We got 62 people still like, all right, with talking about logos. That's kind of awesome. Center for Baptist Leadership. It is too generic. Again, Peter Voth has copycats. I don't think this is Peter Voth, so I'm going to say that it was a copycat. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was the New Christendom guy. New Christendom So the Ogden guys, I'm not sure which one of them, but one of them has like a design company that they started, and they actually do some pretty cool stuff. So like very similar to the Canon Press guys, like these companies, they've found some people who are actually pretty talented, and they do stuff. So I think it's them that actually did this one. It's obviously it's too small here, but they really want to be Center for Baptist Leadership because we didn't know what it was. I think this is their podcast logo, so I guess they have to. Not really though. You can just have a logo. It's fine, I guess. It's just a church, and I don't know, like sunshine behind it. I don't know. Everyone thinks like there's. I'm sure that someone has like this is the real meaning, and it's like 8 points, but I don't see it. Founders. Do I like Founders? No. But is it a good logo? Heck yeah, it is. It is a good logo. I can't fight that. Look at this. All right. Now, obviously, they're going with the sword and trowel. So Spurgeon, his magazine that you put out. So this is basically that. And so it's just building a wall and, also being on the offense. So defense and offense at the same time. The F and M, I don't think we need it. Like I would be fine with some negative space here. But whatever. I think they needed it just to make everyone see that it was a sword, but I think there's probably a better way to do that than just put a generic FM on there. We get it, Founders. The logo doesn't have to have the letters in it. It says the guy with a letter for his logo. So I don't know. Hypocritical? Maybe. But it's a good logo. I like it. This is where all right. This is good. This like John MacArthur or not. All right, the idea of taking the shepherd's crook. I don't know why I don't know which word it is, but taking this staff and then being like, all right, that's what we do for the conference, which started first, I think, and then let's just put a whole bunch together. To make it into like this is the school. This is Master's Seminary. And like I don't know if it's meant to be like an M here. I've never known that. But I love this. Again, I wish there were thicker lines in between. But I think that is pretty good. So like I would love to just like make fun of it. But we can make fun of Real Faith instead. This logo is bad. All right. Yes, it's bad because Mark Driscoll, and I'm not going to support anything that guy does because he shouldn't be in ministry whatsoever. Go back to drywall stuff, right? Like you want to talk about that and growing up in SeaTac and whatever. All right, go do that. Go do that because you're not qualified to be a pastor. But I think he actually came up with this. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he paid someone on Fiverr. But it's an open Bible and a cross, guys. And the cross is shining because we have to have the cross shining. It's making a sun, I guess. I don't know. It's radiating. Real Faith, bad name. Like we have Real Faith. We're about real men. We have real everything. Okay, that's saying everyone else is fake, but cool. But yeah, it's just really generic. It looks like a stamp. Not a fan. Not a fan of it at all. You know what I'm a huge fan of? For the Gospel. You go into the top, bud. Go into the tippy top. For the Gospel has one of the best logos out there. It's just so clean, so beautiful. They use it in such creative ways. I love the visuals. Again, I don't have to support people who are behind it. I'm just talking about the logos today, and this one is so clean, and just the shapes and like hiding. What a beautiful, awesome move. I can't zoom in anymore, but hiding the other end of this to really get the idea like of the door is so good because it really could have easily like been confusing with some of these shapes and overlapping, but I feel like it's like the perfect amount. Having this one go down, you do understand that it's a door and that it's open. You get the tomb. It's so good. I look at this sometimes. I just like look at it. I pull it out. I can't sleep at 2 a.m. or I'm like looking at, X and getting depressed. And then I just look at this picture and I just go, oh, there's still good in the world. This gives me hope for humanity. So, For the Gospel is a great one. Let's go. We don't need to go all the way out. Haunted Cosmos. This. I like this version of it. They have a couple different versions. I was looking at that dude's website. The one that they use the most, I don't like. It's the same font, I think, but it's like just straight up. This one has a little bit more curve to it, obviously, but also I think they made it thicker and, I just like those thick lines. So, but also I like the visual here. That one's, if I had this, I would use this all the time instead of that other thing that they use. They like to do the thing where, they do like the, I forget what's the subtract layer thing where it like puts the colors differently, transforms the colors. That is okay, I guess, but this one looks really, really nice. So I'm going to actually put this one above, even though I'm not promoting their stuff. Foolproof is still good, better. Okay, we're going down. Now, HWSS NWA. All right. I don't know how to say this. I don't know if they're supposed to say this. But this is the conference that 1517 puts on. If you don't know 1517, that's Chad Bird and some other people. It is so good. Oh, let me, I can't, this thing, okay. It's good. I love it. It's so unique. This isn't a font. You know it. Like maybe it started as a font, but they tweaked it enough to it looks hand drawn. I love just like a cross up here. It's there, but it's not like, hey, look at it. We are the people founded on the Bible. Like that's great, but it's just so cool looking. I love this thing. And they use it so well. Guys, I'm not saying you have to go and check out 1517, although I've liked everything I've seen from 1517. I haven't checked out a ton, but I just like Chad Bird. Obviously, he has a really important story with losing his son, and there's a lot going on there, and he really displayed just a beautiful Christ-like spirit throughout that, and still does, and talking about grief. Some great stuff out there from him on that in experience, real experience through grief. So that's there. But this conference that he does, like they use this thing so well. The colors, it's like the red, the crimson, and the gold, and the way they use even just this specific image here, like, oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Actually, you know what? I'm putting an S tier. I love hand-drawn looking stuff. Okay. I don't know how to do it. Guys, I love graphic design stuff, and like it's a little tiny hobby that I'm not super great at, but I enjoy it a lot. But I'm not good at drawing. I can't draw. I've never been able to. I always wanted to. Like I love writing notes and having notebooks and using my cool pencils and pens and stuff like that. I'm a gearhead. I love all that stuff, but I just can't draw worth crap. Like I do little scribbles and stuff like that, but mostly it's arrows. All right, that and Batman. But I wish I could make something that looked that cool in hand drawn. So I use shapes and then try to make them look as hand drawn as I can because I'm a loser and I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm getting real negative about myself. Bible Project. Bad. They had a good logo, but they wanted to go so simplified that, like, what is this? This doesn't look like anything. It's a comment box that like kind of has like a Bible-ish looking quality to it. Like maybe it's an open Bible. I think that's what they're going for. It's a comment and an opening Bible. Like we're talking about the Bible. But it's just the most generic looking thing in the world. And they don't even use it well. So like they have, I think I added it twice. Yeah. So they have this one, and it's just, you can't even see it because it's limitations. I have limitations with my software right now. I'm moving softwares. I'm getting so frustrated with Ecamm. But this is just bad. I put it at the very bottom because it's just like nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's what, like they tried to go cool in like, oh, it's just very simplified and everything is so minimalist. But it's just like, it's a box now. It's just a box. Has no character. Canon Press. Get over here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, Desiring God. I'm sorry. Canon Press. Do I like what they do? Absolutely not. Do I have plenty of videos on my channel about that? 100%. But this logo is good. Everything they do looks clean. What do I have it at? It needs to go up. It needs to be in good. And like the one that they do for or not G3 Plus, Canon Press Plus, right? Like that's their software stuff. Like with the gradient on it, looks really fresh. Looks awesome. So the logo is good. Like you just got like this gate. It's kind of cool. I don't really know a whole lot. I don't know what they're trying to communicate with this, like other than like defense. I think that's the idea, is that it's like a defense, like Canon. I don't know. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Let's go down and deal with Desiring God that I messed up. It's okay. I'm going to put it in okay. I still don't quite understand what it's trying to communicate. Like, if you're going to have an image with arrows, I feel like it needs to communicate something. Like, I think the idea is, Christ is most glorified when we're most satisfied. So it's like an inward thing, like taking the cross in, I guess. I don't know if I'm reading too much into that, or whether they're just like, we can make a cross with arrows. That could be as simple as what it is. I don't know any of the background for it, but I think it's okay. Looks too generic. Like, I don't know. Some of these, like even this, while I still don't it looks like a leaf, but they say it's a tree. Pretty sure they say it's a tree. This looks more classic to me. Like if you're like for like these other ones and like even like shepherds and masters, I go, it just looks like they're, I don't know, more elegant. And this is like, we're new, but we don't know what we're doing. That's kind of what I get out of it. It's not bad, but I just like, I don't know. You got John Piper. John Piper should have a better logo than the New Christendom guys. Like he should have a better logo than them. London Lyceum. Don't get mad at me. I'm going to put it in okay. I don't like when people take letters and they twist them. Like, and they're like, it's a logo now. I don't like it. Just, it's a personal thing. Maybe it does look okay. To me, I go like, is it supposed to be a T? Where's the other part of the T? But then you look at it for a second, you're like, oh, okay, it's just, put upside down. You got two L's. Again, that's the thing of like trying to do the acronym thing and take like, okay, you have a long name, like Underdog Theology, U and T. Well, like you put it together, but then you just end up looking like you're a college sports team. So it's just like, I don't like it. Just come up with like an emblem. I like emblem logos, or just like really classic fonts. Radical. What even is this? This is again, what is happening here? It's like, I get that it's supposed to be an R, but it's just like, okay, we got the curves here. So is it an arrow pointed that way? No, it's like missing the bottom part of the R. Why is it a squiggly all of a sudden when it's a sharp point here? This doesn't make any sense to me. like the one thing I'll give it over the Bible Project is that I could totally see that it's an R from far away. Like if you had told me, like I would probably guess that it's a sideways up arrow, like, or it's an R. Like that, those would be my guesses. So at least they got that going for them. 15, 17. I like what they do, but this is just okay. It's just okay. The other one, the event one, fantastic. This one is just fine. They use it really well though. So, yeah. So, but it's a font. It's a font. And so is T4G, but T4G's has always looked bad. It's just like some lines don't need to be as thick. I guess that's a thing. But I've always looked at it and be like, okay, it looks like someone made that. Like, did Mark Dever actually make this? Like, that's what I want to know. One of these guys just is like, hey, I'm going to put this on the letter, sending it out, letting people know that we're doing this. Is that cool? And everyone's like, yeah, fine, man, whatever. And then it just stuck. But Theocast, my guys, I like these guys quite a bit. Usually I'm against this. All right. Taking lettering, 56 are still watching. Me just nitpicking logos. Taking like a little section out and moving it or deleting it. Usually I'm like, oh, that's not that cool. But there's something about this font. I don't even know which font it is. It's kind of a mix of some. I wonder if they just like, cause there's a part of it that kind of looks like Futura, but Futura's E doesn't look like that. A, I think does, but yeah. So they just like deleted little parts of it, and it looks really clean, and they use it super well. But it is a pretty generic one, so I'm just gonna leave it at okay. Sorry, John, don't get too mad at me. Next, I saw him in the chat. Where was he? I have never noticed the For the Gospel logo is a heart. Did someone say it is? I just realized what the For the Gospel. What? Is it a heart? Is it a heart? Am I learning something too? Is it that good? Is it? It is a heart. I'm telling you. All right. We're taking it. We're putting it. It's at the very top. It's at the very top. All right. But let's go with Les's logo. I didn't know he would be in here. The Reformed Pubcast. You guys remember that podcast? That was fun. That was fun. Got me through a bunch of hours. Thanks, Les, for getting me through a bunch of hours at the post office. The worst job I have ever had. Working nights, 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It was literally the worst 8 months of my life. So, and working nights and doing that kind of a schedule, was it good? Like financially, it worked. Okay. You get paid pretty well doing that, but it sucks because you never see your family. And when you got little kids, it was a nightmare. But I had to do it. But what got me through were some podcasts like Doctrine and Devotion, like the Reformed Pubcast, like downloading Star Wars and just listening to the audio over and over again, stuff like that. So I really like it. Is it generic? Yes. But the idea that Les probably had, I'm assuming it was him, to just twist it up just a little bit. And the banners are cool, man. Banners are always awesome, having like the ribbon going back. But also just twisting it a little bit up. Genius move. I designed that logo. I'm being kind. Do you want me to talk about Trump less? Because then we could change things. All right, let's go on to Bob the Baptist. Bob the Baptist and his logo. Oh, wait, he doesn't have one. This is just me just telling Bob the Baptist, get a logo. Brave New Tube, figure out a logo. Come on, Bob. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
So that's the logo that I have for Bob until he comes up with one. But that's what he gets for putting me in yet another one of his videos. Bob, if you do it again, I'm going to charge you. I'm going to charge you every time you use my face in a video. You got to, like, every time, for every 10 seconds that my face is in your video, I am owed 1/3 of a taco. All right, that's what I want. Bob, I'm not kidding around this time, Bob. I feel like I at least am owed 1 1/3 of a taco. So figure it out. I prefer Taco Bell, but you know, if you got a better one, send it up. For the church, we got the steeple. It's okay. Like, it's just the most generic stuff. You know, like these crosses in these churches, a lot of them they just all look the same. I will say this is the one that I like the most of, like, just like it's a steeple. Because it's just like, it's barely there. It's such a skinny one. And a lot of times they make it like the sides are huge and it's very pointed, looks more just like a straight up triangle than a steeple. And this one looks pretty good. That's for the church. Do they do anything anymore? I haven't even really checked out anything they've done anymore. Blog and Mablog. Oh, Les, I'm sorry. I'm going to put you up there, man. Don't worry. I just left it there from when I was talking. I'm just bad at talking, okay? Blog and Mablog. This is Doug Wilson's blog. I guess it's supposed to be like theology that bites, right? Like it's a dog and he's going to bite you. I still don't understand like the wisdom of having that. Like, we're going to attack you. Okay. But the image looks pretty good. It's another one of those, it's like a stamp kind of one. Like, so it's like Real Faith with like a stamp looking version of a silhouette. But it works for me. I think it's pretty good. Relevant. Is their logo relevant? No. I'll put it above Bob. But, it's just it's Bebis New, right? Like that's the font for this. Just italicized or whatever. And like the black and white, they do a good job of using black and white, but it's just like, I feel like they had so much style going for a little bit in like the late 2000s or early 2010s, I guess, that like they should have come up with something. They could have had a logo. I feel like they could have come up with something that would look really good. Doctrine and Devotion, the new one. All right. Joe's going to get mad at me. He's given me some good feedback on logo stuff before. Joe likes his logos. I just don't get it, Joe. How do you go from this beauty right up here? You can't see it here. This beauty. How do you go from that to this? What is it, Joe? Is it a box? I've always thought it looks like a box. It's a D, obviously, and another D. So Doctrine and Devotion, because there's 2 Ds. But like trying to make it 3D. I don't know. But it looks like a box for some reason. There's something about this that makes me think it's a box opening. I don't know if it was ever supposed to have any symbolism other than having the Ds. It's a good looking thing. I just wish it had a little bit more of the heart of this thing here. Because I have a shirt. I still have the shirt. It doesn't fit me, but it never actually really fit me. I just didn't want to send it back because I'm in Canada. Like I would never see it again. So it took a long time to get up here. So I just kept it. And sometimes I wear it for video stuff where I don't have to go and walk around. But I love this thing. This thing looks so great. But this, when you come back, because someday you will come back, I believe it. I'm holding out hope deep down in my soul. Someday you will come back. And when you do come back, I hope you come with the greatest logo the world has ever seen. I don't know. It's just, I feel bad saying it, but I'm not a huge fan of that new one. Mere Orthodoxy. This is an odd logo for me. All right. Let me go back. Okay. This one I don't understand. Why does it look good from further away? Like, I guess it's like low quality. Like, it looks like, I don't know if like, I don't mean to offend, but it looks like someone took like a screenshot of the buildings and then in like some kind of program, just like connected the dots. Because like when you zoom out, it looks better. When you zoom in, you're like, what even? Okay, we got like, okay, we got steeples. We got 3 steeples. There's just like too much detail, but it's like too low quality to really make out. I don't like it. But I like it from farther away. And I like it in silhouette form. Like TGC on their website, they, have the side where they have like all the blogs that they're recommending. And I went there today because I put this together in about 15 minutes. Like I was just like, what's all the ones that I know off the top of my head? And then I couldn't remember anymore. So I went to tgc.com and looked on the side and I was like, oh, those ones. And so like, it looks good there. But it doesn't look good. Like even this, I don't know. You got to be at like the exact right distance for that logo to look good. I like the idea of it though, because it's not just a steeple. You got 3 steeples. Ooh, you fancy. All right. Room for nuance. Too much room. All right, here. Anyone who is looking at this, all right, you read room for Nua, right? And then you're like, what? Oh, aunts. Oh, okay. Room for nuance. Like this, so many people do this with all different kinds of stuff. They like have like, it's 3 words, but it's all like condensed and like, it's just, what even is this? I get it. You got a line there. It's clean. I will say that. But I feel like there's too much space on these sides. Maybe a different font where you could have the N coming in a little bit and like have an equal amount of space with the A. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. I like the idea of it, but there's just too much space here for me to be like room for nuance. It would just, if I'm just looking at it, it's room for Nua. And then I'm looking at podcast. It's a music podcast. TGC. It's not good. It's not good. It's never been good. The logo, that is. Some of you guys would say the whole thing. That's up for you. This is your own opinion, all right? I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Is like what? I wish I could zoom in more. There's barely any part of the T here. Like you had to do it to get like, just have like the little part here that I keep on covering with the cursor. I wish I could zoom in more. But you're trying to show that it is a T. It's not like an upside down L, for example, London Lyceum. But it's just not enough. It should have been spaced differently. Like I like the idea of overlapping and, having like filling it in with the negative space like that. I get it. Like it's cool. It's just like a typical acronym website, or logo. But why didn't you space it further? Because then you don't have like this weird little, it's barely a T. Like it's like just like a little nub there. I don't like saying the word nub. Okay, I hear it. I hear it too. None of us are comfortable saying the word nub, but that's what it is. So that's what I'm going to say. It's a little nub there. But it's just not good. I don't know. They have a lot of money. They could have made a better logo. Right Response Ministries. It's a bad ministry, racist ministry, but also just it's dumb. Like, what is this? I don't even understand. Like, okay. Obviously, it's an R and a reverse R, which, I get it. Every Acts 29 website wanted to do that. They wanted to do that with all of their logos. And then you made a cross out of it. But I feel like it's too much of a shape now. Like, if it was spaced further, maybe it would look okay. But now it looks like it's trying to be something, like a person. This is too much like a neck and a head. All right. I don't know what's happening here. I don't automatically get that it's R's and a cross. All right. I don't automatically get it. I just go like, is that a chess piece? Which could have been cool. Like, you could have made it into a crown on top. Like, there's things you could have done to make that work. But they just liked, we're two R's. We just like it. It's two R's. Truth Unites. Do I like Gavin Ortland? Yes. Is this a good one? No, it's better than... It looks like if this was a women's magazine, like, I would be like, oh, okay. There's something about it. Like, maybe it's just like the font choice. I don't know. Everyone does like a conversation bubble. Like, I get it. You got to put that image into something. I get it. But even having just like an outline of it can work. I like sticker looking logos, as you can tell from what you're seeing on screen and what I do all across this channel. I like stickers. I like making things look like stickers. It's kind of fun. But this just looks like you're like this. There's going to be, I don't know, some magazine as you're at the checkout stand, and it's about Prince Charles or King Charles. Prince. Is he still a prince? I don't remember. Duke Charles, and he's actually an alien. You know, like some magazine like that, and then right next to it will be this magazine, or at least a magazine with that logo on it. It's fine, but it looks like something else. Cultish. You're just saying what it is. It's just there. Now they do some cool stuff with the neon light version of it. That's kind of cool, and I dig that. But it's just like the outline of it, and like usually, again, I just said it. I like sticker stuff, but it's just, I don't know. I don't really like that. There's something about it. Maybe it's just the letters. I don't like the letters. I'm prejudiced against some letters, I guess. Apologia Studios. It's good. It's good. I'm going to put it in okay. The way they use it has always looked pretty good, but it's just, what do they call it? It's the Trinity. There's a specific thing. Now I'm forgetting. It's not linked. Like, it is linked, but it's like, I don't know. It's not the Trinity leaf. It's something else that they call it Trinity something. You guys will be like, obviously you should have known this, but, yeah, but so it's fine. It's good. But it's not a logo that they came up with. They just made it, an outline, which works. It works for what they do. But there's nothing super unique about it. Again, New Christendom Press. Usually I love this stuff because, again, this is a Peter Voth ripoff. I'll put it next to the other one too. But these are the guys down there in Ogden. They have a channel. Well, they have a YouTube channel, obviously, but they have a design company, and they're doing a lot of the similar stuff that Peter Voth has done for years and years. And it's okay. It's King Alfred, right? Because they love him. But like, it doesn't look good small. Like, you have to, like, these things with this much detail. I mean, you really have to, like, look, you can't, what is that? Now, like, even from here, you would probably think that it's like the Statue of Liberty or something, right? Like, it's like some version of it because you don't know what it is. Now, they do have a way of getting around that. There's like a blurry kind of version of it that they use where it's not like necessarily a silhouette, like a clean silhouette. They kind of use like this weird blurriness to it, which actually looks kind of dope. And even if that was the main logo, I think it would probably be better, but they want to put this out there because I'm sure they've spent a lot of time, and it does look good when you have all the full detail. But the thing about a logo is that you're never going to have the full detail. So it has to be pretty readable all across, which is why you see some of those logos like this, right? Like, where it's just, these are all simple things, but they're very readable. And like I said, he's doing a good job over there. But that's what I think. So if we go back to the top, these three, This is the GOATs. These are the GOATs. And then if I had to rank it further, I'd be G3 goes further down, probably down here, to be honest. That one goes, I like it better than just the one. Blurry Creatures goes above that too. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this is where I would rank the logos. If you want to see something like this again, which probably none of you do, because we went from having like 80 some odd people watching to 40 some odd watching, which is still a miracle. I think it's pretty rare because this is basically a chill stream other than talking about the beginning with G3. But let's see what some of you guys are thinking. I'd like the photos of the Theocast guys out of the logo, but love their content. Yeah, it is out of the logo. Like the logo is the Theocast stuff, like just the word, but I wanted to use that image because that's the one I found real quick on Google. But yeah, they usually aren't in it. Agree about Doc and Devo. I'm just saying that old one looked so good. Can we get a bonus opinion on Lifeway at the end? Oh yeah. Which one is Lifeway's? Let's go Lifeway logo. Throw any logos you want. I was just trying to like figure out the ones that I know off the top of my head. So like I literally was doing it right before taking one of the kids to school. So Lifeway, yeah, this is the old logo, and then they have this new one, which, oh, I really don't like it. It looks like you're selling insurance. Like, I guess, like, there's like that little line. I can't zoom in far enough. There's a little line here, like a little gray line to make it look like it's an overlapped piece of paper. I do not like this. Like, it just, yeah, it looks so boring. It looks like you're just trying to sell insurance. No, thank you. Possibly Guidestone as well. All the SBC related logos. LOL. What does Guidestone have? Let's go. Guidestone logo. Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah. That's kind of good. I can't get it further down. But you can see it right here. This looks cool. I like it. Not as huge a fan of the light green with it. Like the color scheme. Oh, the shapes I think are cool, and when it has like this shadow, I think that looks kind of dope. I like it. I'd put it in good. Too detailed for a silhouette. That was about the mere orthodoxy one. Totally agree. Doctrine and Devotion Plus. Oh, did they have a different logo for that? I don't know. Did they even have like there was something, right? Like they had like a tier thing. I don't know. I can't find it. There is a Nephilim in the Room for Nuance podcast logo. You just got to squint real hard. There's Nephilim all over. Did you know that? I learned about it on Blurry Creatures. Looks like the face of an old Roman or Greek helmet or something. Maybe. Right response looks like a UFO. Oh, is that what it is? Maybe you're right. Let me look at that. Oh, you know what? It kind of does look like a UFO. That's fair. That's fair. Good point. Thanks, Linda. It does look like something. Also agree on the women's magazine reference. It just looks that way. So many logos failed the scalability test. You can't read them when they're at a reduced size. I love the old D&D logo, but that's where it fell short. 100%. And that's why you rebranded it. But that old one looked so good when you had a full screen. The Apologia Studios commits the design sin of black on red. I don't believe in that sin. I don't believe it. I think this looks fine. I mean, like, yeah, you wouldn't want it, like, you don't want it printed because then you got to deal with like the shades and sometimes those shades overlap. But on a website, I don't believe we have that for websites, but printing, I think you're 100% correct. I was looking at that the other day. We were garage sailing the other day, and there were people who had red signs, and it was like a darker red, and then they used like black lettering, and it's like no one could read that, not like driving around. Everyone knows you do like the neon green, neon pink, and then black, right? That's what it is. What's up, Carol? You're coming into a weird one today, but you're going to be 66. Happy birthday. I may have dozed off in the middle of the logos, but I stuck in there. Just in Center and Wiedner Institute for some Jordan Cooper logos. Just in Center. What's that one? Just and Sinner. Oh yeah, Jordan Cooper. I was like, who is that? Okay. Again, pastors and theologians, not everyone has like a great eye for logos. It's just okay. Like even this bothers me. Like if you're going to have the cross, and like you gotta have it go all the way down. We'll still see that it's a heart. Like, but now we just have this weird little triangle white right there. I don't know. What is that? What's that doing there? So it's okay. It's okay. And then Wiedner Institute. What is that? Wiedner Institute. Oh, another Peter Voth ripoff. Or maybe Peter Voth did this one. He might have. This one looks good. I bet that's actually Peter Voth. That looks a little better than some of these other ones where they're trying to like mimic his style. That looks pretty good. I like that one quite a bit. So I'd probably put that higher if I were to put it on the board. How do you feel about the Cooper Stuff podcast logo? Is that the Skillet guy? You guys need to look up like the first album from Skillet. Everyone knows them as like the songs from like NFL broadcasts and stuff now. But I remember them as the brand that was always, or the band that was always trying to reinvent itself until it made it famous. Like they tried so many different genres and like they were all at the like Spirit bookstore. Not Spirit Halloween, the good Spirit, the Holy Spirit bookstore. but yeah, they did like techno music. They did like pop. And then they kind of hit it with like that harder sound. That first album that they had that had the harder sound was pretty great. Not a fan of his YouTube channel though. You know what? It's okay. It's pretty, I don't know, pretty generic. Looks kind of clip arty. The lines are weird. Again, I know this is like a low quality version of it. His beard is pretty distinctive, so I understand like wanting to have that as part of the logo, and like kind of a skull. But again, the lines are. I feel like this is a great concept, and you could probably come up with like a way better version of it. Like if you even like went to Fiverr and paid somebody to make like a cleaner version of it, there's the makings of a great logo here. Like, cause he has a very distinctive face, and, like you could come up with something really cool. I don't like the thin lines and then like a thinner line on the end. Like, it doesn't look clean to me. It looks kind of just messy, but, International Mission Board. So some of you guys are liking this. All right, cool. Not IMDb, International Mission Board. Yeah, I like this one. This is that redo that they did, right? Yeah, this is cool. Like I don't exactly understand where we're going with this. Like I think the idea is that this was supposed to be like a wave. Like, I don't think that it's just supposed to be land, because it's like overseas, right? Like, because you have the North American Mission Board and then the International Mission Board. So it would be like overseas. So I feel like this should be somehow looking more wave-ish. But like the idea of like a geolocation, like thing, like that's like cool. I dig it. Maybe make it into a cross there. No, I'm just kidding. But we have enough crosses. But I like it. I just think like this should be, if I'm guessing right that it's supposed to be a wave with, overseas, then it should be a little wavier somehow. Make it, I don't know. It should maybe be a slightly different shape where it's like, what do they call it? Like crescenting or whatever. All right. Let's go down. Some people saying happy birthday. Kenneth Copeland Ministries. All right. We'll do it. Kenneth Copeland. We'll go logo. Oh, just like, obviously he's not a sound teacher, but also just like, what is this? That looks bad. Let's go. Oh. Ugh. No. Jesus is Lord. Right, Joel Webbin? All right. That looks so gross. No, that's no, I don't ever want to see that again. Thanks for nothing, Secundum. Thoughts on the Soto Swish logo? It's not great. All right, I will say that. It's not great. We'll go look at it. You said it. All right, you brought it up. This is your fault. All right, to anyone who's mad, this is his fault, okay? All right, let's talk about this a little bit. All right, so this is my basketball channel. So it's like I just had a thought of the Space Needle inside a basketball. And I just went for it. I don't like it. I thought I loved it at first, and I was like, "Oh, this is so clean. It's the best thing I've made in a long time." And then I'm just like, the more I look at it, the more generic it looks, and I just don't like it no more. And I think that this Soto Swish needs to have a logo that is like the name. I feel like, I don't know, it's like, because it's like 4 letters at the beginning, like it's 4 letters. Some people are gonna be like, which 4 letters? Soto is less, like, I feel like that should be something. It should be something. It should look like it should say it. And this doesn't say it. Is it a cool looking concept? I think so. But it's not going to stick on that channel for sure. But also, like, it's, the more I look at it, the more I go, I'm bored with this. So, and Underdog, I still feel like I love that logo. I love it. I was mad at Joe for saying that my first one, like, I wasn't mad. It's just like, because Joe was like a sounding board when I was like rebranding to Underdog. And like, he was like, no, it shouldn't be like, because I wanted like old school skater, like 2000 skater logo. And so I had it like all undercase, and like where was it? Like the D went around. I don't know. Like, it looked cool, I thought, and like a little star in the O. And I wanted to have a star because it's like Converse to me, and seems like around that kind of stuff. But it just didn't work. And he was like, yeah, it doesn't work. And then I came up with my actual logo, and then I cleaned it up, and then I made it a little bit more retro looking. And what I ended up coming out with, I really like. Like, I'll go over here, and I mean, like, you can see it in the background there, but I'm sure I can find one on my computer real quick. Underdog logo. Okay. Well, that one's, so, like, usually it will be just that U. And I feel like that's so clean. I love it. Like, I wish that I could make the black lines a little thicker, but then you start losing the U and cutting it out, like, especially with how sharp the star is. But I feel like it needs to be that sharp. So it's just, I really dig it. I love it. I will continue to use it till the day I die. It's one of my favorite things I've ever made. And anyone who thinks differently, you can fight me. Catch me outside. How about that? I'm going to say it every podcast now. Or it's not a podcast. It's a stream. It's a stream, Dean. But that's what I think about that logo. Yo, Underdogs, while trying to find logos, I found some old pictures of Dean without a beard. My day is made. Oh, junk. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm so glad that I was in college, just as Facebook became a thing, got rid of my Facebook. Thank the Lord for that. So all that stuff's gone. Although there is an image out there that some of my college buddies post periodically as this, I feel like it's a threat that someday they're going to release it public. And it's not anything bad. It's just I look the dorkiest I've ever looked in my entire life. And they'd threaten me with it. And I just don't like it. And it makes me mad at them. And that's why I don't talk to them anymore. So if that's what you're wondering, Dan, that's why. Schofield, that's why. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Thanks for representing us well with the logo. It's a good logo. All right, I'm saying it. It's S tier. S tier. Look at this. I don't want to seem prideful, but it is better than everyone else's. I'm just kidding. It's not better than everyone else's, but I really dig it. Anyways, so we've had some fun goofing off about logos and talking about all that stuff. But again, don't be fooled by the rebrand. They're going to try to say everything is different. But remember, it's been 6 weeks since that stuff happened. Maybe a little bit longer than that, whatever. It hasn't been that long since these things happened, and they were okay with how things were working at G3, at least even publicly defending it up until a couple months ago. And now they're saying, we're about this. That's great, but maybe do that quietly. Maybe do that quietly. This stuff about curriculum, that's fine. Put out curriculum. People can choose whether they want to buy it or not. But to me, it means the conferences are done. It means that they're really focused on online stuff. So I would expect to see less and less of them in the future. Maybe a phasing out, maybe they probably already paid for that app. I will say that they probably did some kind of thing to save money and pay for a year of it. And they've already paid for it. So they might as well try to continue and see what they can do. Maybe that's what's going on. But yeah. Well, it depends on which one. My Schofield might not be the same as your Schofield. Might be the same family, but it might be a different one. Is it the one who looked exactly like me? At least in college, we looked very similar. He stole my hat. He still has it. He posts it in pictures sometimes. As much as you wear Carhartt, opinions on their logo. Oh, yeah, it's fine. I don't know. It's like a wave. I don't really get it, but it looks good and I like it. And it's at that same spot all the time. So you just know it's a Carhartt shirt. But for me, it's about the quality. These things rock, man. They're breathable, but they're heavy. And I like the heaviness. It feels good on my shoulders. Also, the best Raptors logo is the one where the Raptor is dribbling a basketball. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. We all know that. Why did they change it? We don't know. I mean, this looks okay. This looks all right. For me, I like the white version with the tan. This looks nice. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, now we're going. I'm now wildly combing his Facebook page. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I opened myself up. Oh, we're too closely connected. Oh, Fundy World. Fundy World messed me up all over again. No. There's nothing bad. It's just a dorky picture when I was in college. Don't post it anymore. Aaron, don't post it. Don't you find it. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Lastly, and it's not a funny thing. I posted in the community tab, Laurel, who a lot of you guys know. She's been in the chats. We see her online quite a bit. She's an underdog. Her husband is in the ICU. Stable as of like this morning, but obviously you're in the ICU, so it's very serious. So please pray for her and her husband. Probably should have said that at the very beginning. My apologies. But if you want to be praying for someone, pray for Laurel and her husband. I don't know what's going on, but I also don't need to know what's going on, and neither do you. God does. So just pray for her husband, and hopefully, things can turn around. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your Monday. Bye. Zoom in. Bye.